It's 1959 Singapore. Lee Kuan Yew sits in a cramped apartment, the quiet hum of political unrest swirling outside. He's nursing a warm cup of tea, preparing for a midnight meeting with communist leaders he's supposed to despise. But instead of enemies, they're uneasy allies in a high-stakes game. How do you turn a tiny, fractured island into a powerhouse? This tense dance of alliances and betrayals is just the opening act. Lee's early battles weren't fought with armies but cunning moves, forging support from the unlikeliest corners in a dangerous political chess game. In a dimly lit room, Lee sips warm anchor beer with a communist underground leader. Instead of confrontation, they talk survival, a fragile alliance to keep the communists' fiery zeal from tearing the city apart while building a united front for independence. Imagine political power as a chessboard. Lee didn't just attack head-on. He'd sacrifice pawns, lure bishops, and anticipate his opponent's moves several steps ahead. Every enemy was a potential ally waiting to be coaxed or controlled, his strategy a masterpiece of blending diplomacy and intimidation. This wasn't blind idealism but ruthless pragmatism. By understanding his opponent's fears and desires, Lee slowly won support among divided ethnic communities, forging a new national identity. The payoff: Singapore transforms from a fragile colony to a cohesive, independent state ready to face the world. With independence won, Lee faced a new mountain, building a thriving nation from barren soil and fragmented peoples. Labor strikes threatened Singapore's nascent industry. Lee met union leaders face-to-face, sometimes calm, sometimes firm. Rather than crushing the workers outright, he negotiated carefully while showing his readiness to act decisively if talks failed. His method: walk softly but carry a big stick, to borrow a phrase. The result: stability without chaos. Singapore's tiny port was more mud and mosquitoes than commerce. Through relentless efforts, Lee secured foreign investments and modernized infrastructure, turning it into Asia's busiest port. Picture a barren patch turning into a humming nexus of trade, like alchemy but real and brutal, fueling Singapore's rapid economic rise. Lee didn't just want a skilled workforce, he envisioned social mobility. Education policies emphasized technical skills and bilingualism. He famously sweated blood mastering Hokkien to connect with Chinese-educated masses. This paved the way for Singapore to export talent and attract global industries, ensuring its survival far beyond its size. Singapore's unity was fragile. Ethnic tensions threatened to rip apart the young nation, demanding Lee's toughest moves yet. Communalists exploited fears between Malays, Chinese, and Indians. Lee confronted these tensions head-on, often in fiery parliamentary debates. He wasn't afraid to bulldoze opponents or call out divisive rhetoric. On the streets, he encouraged mixed neighborhoods and public events to break down ethnic barriers. The fight wasn't just political but deeply cultural. Lee recognized media's power early. He shaped channels to promote national identity rather than division. Newspapers, radio, even comic strips, all were tools to educate about tolerance and shared futures. Think of it as weaponizing storytelling, making the airwaves a battleground for unity, not discord. Policies on housing, education, and employment were carefully crafted to mix ethnicities and prevent enclaves. Instead of waiting for harmony, Lee engineered it, designing the city-state's very fabric to dismantle communal rifts. The surprise: a model that other diverse nations still study decades later. Remember that tiny apartment where Lee sat sipping tea with his rivals? That moment seeded everything, the delicate, daring diplomacy that sparked a nation's rise. Singapore's story reminds you that success is built on strategic empathy, bold pragmatism, and relentless tenacity. Next time you face a tough negotiation or division, try this. Find unexpected partners and listen hard. You might just rewrite your own story. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.